Right, this year, 2024, Manchester City women have been around for 10 years. Well, they've been around for much longer than 10 years. But in reference to their WSL tenure, yes, they've been here for 10 years. And in October this month, or if you watch this in November, last month, it's been 10 years since they won their first League Cup, which was their first major trophy, yet nothing on their socials about it. Why? Now, wouldn't fans want to know the foundations of the club? And whilst I understand that they decided not to put it up there due to maybe trolling over like, oh, small club comments, which for me, Manchester City are a small club. What? They are. Yes, okay, they've won a few titles here and there, but they've won significantly less than Chelsea and Arsenal. But anyway, now going back to Manchester City. Well, going back to Manchester, not going back to Manchester City. Sticking with Manchester City, rather. Now, as I just said, wouldn't fans want to know about the foundations of the club and how they came to be? Like, for me, it seems that Manchester City women are scared of their past. Unlike their men's side, which 2 years ago, they put out a tweet about that Sergio Aguero goal against QPR back in 2012. And they even did like a 10 years on kit. Like, speaking of kits, this season, Manchester City have a kit based on their promotion to the Championship against Gillingham all those years ago. I think it was 1999 or something like that. But anyway, back to Manchester City women. For me, it's disappointing that they didn't put out a tweet or anything about the fact that they won the League Cup 10 years ago. Because I believe that, for me, would have been good for fans to know about how Manchester City became successful. Like, also, I don't know about this. Like, what are your thoughts on this? Like, why didn't Manchester City put out a tweet about them winning the League Cup 10 years ago? Because that's important Manchester City history, right? Like, I know they wanted to avoid small club comments from rival fans, but why? Like, again, for me, it's a social media faux pas. Like, other clubs would been loud and proud about their history, but for Manchester City, for some reason, it's like, oh, let's just pretend it doesn't exist. It's a good thing. You won your first trophy 10 years ago. I'm just thinking to myself, like, don't be scared of your past. Like, it's a good past as well, because 10 years ago was when Manchester City started to rise. It's not like they only started to rise like just in the last couple of years. No. But what are your thoughts on this? Like, how can clubs improve their social media as a whole? Like, I recall, like, even Birmingham City this year, they put out a tweet about them beating Arsenal in the Women's Champions League back in 2014, because, Birmingham City were like a massive deal back then. It's a shame they're not anymore. But yeah, how can clubs improve their social media? Let me know your thoughts.